Good morning, everything is fine?
Morning, fine.
What is the lady's full name?
Eliciane Aparecida Rosa do Nascimento.
Okay, Eliciane Clayton Lima, Rosa Jean Monteiro da Luz, and also Daiane da Silva Rosa. Do you know them? Do you know who they are?
Yes.
Okay, are you related to them?
Yes.
So what is the relationship?
Clayton is my cousin, Jean is too, and Diane is my aunt.
Your aunt. Okay, great. As a witness, you are sworn to tell the truth, correct?
Yes.
Otherwise, you may be charged with the crime of perjury. Is there any problem for you to give this testimony in their presence?
No?
Alright, so from now on, the people who will be speaking with you are the lawyers here who represent Clayton, Jean, and Diane. And I believe we'll start with Dr. Diogenes. Is that right, Doctor? Or does it not matter?
At first it was requested by...
It's just that the public prosecutor's office has withdrawn the witness. Withdrew. So...
That's fine. Ms. Felician, good morning.
Good morning.
You are officially designated and listed as a witness by the public prosecutor's office, and the legal counsel for the defense has also requested your formal testimony. This is because of specific circumstances and relevant matters that directly connect you and Ms. Diana in this case. Therefore, I would like to ask you, based on the official records of this specific case, it has been suggested that there was a long-standing feud between you and Ms. Diana. Furthermore, the detailed investigation into the matter brought up this specific point, that there was indeed a significant feud between Eliciane and Diana. Is that true?
Yes.
Can you clarify for us why or what this feud, this conflict was about?
I had fought quite bitterly with my cousins, with Cleto and his brothers, and she ultimately chose to take their side. She ended up not paying much attention to me, so I was kind of left alone in this fight against them. And she ended up taking their side, and that's why we fought.
You actually say she decided to take their side. Can you give us more details?
We used to fight a lot with their wives, right? Then one day I had a fight with my other cousin's wife, my brother.
Clayton and
Eloisa. And her husband became incredibly angry, and he directed all of that frustration toward me. Since they are brothers, they ultimately ended up sharing deeply in each other's emotional pain. Consequently, we began arguing quite intensely because of that situation. Then she didn't want to know much about my side of things. She preferred to stay on their side. Then we started fighting.
Any of these arguments, any of these fights, everything I ask you is according to the case file. That's what's in the case file? Is it related to drug trafficking?
No.
Or with drugs? No. Why are they saying that about you?
I don't know.
You didn't like Diane because of these problems. That's a fact. You admit that here today.
That's old news already, people. Because of old issues, Diane and I, we never really got along. Because of how I was raised, really, she raised me, so I didn't really agree with the way she raised me. It's true that it was to educate me, but at the time I didn't really agree with it. And then I started to hold a grudge against her, so to speak.
Against Diane?
Yes.
All right. There are several specific messages found within the official case files that say, supposedly, Diana talked about you. She claimed that you were dangerous, that you were unpredictable, that you were a serious threat, and that you were eventually going to snitch on everyone, right? She was specifically referring back to the tragic homicide investigation that took place. You are aware of the homicide that Nadia suffered, correct? Do you have anything? Because up until now, in the statements I've seen that you gave, you haven't provided details if you know anything. If you know something, you haven't given any details. Today, respectfully, I ask you, is there anything you haven't said yet that you know about this homicide? Regarding Nadia? Regarding the supposed messages from Diane? Because it came from Diane's cell phone, but it's not proven that it was actually from Diane. It's very important to clarify this here today. Do you have anything that could help us with this?
Yes, I did it. Because I was just so incredibly angry at Diane. And when Nadia's homicide happened, I saw a perfect opportunity to finally screw her over for good. And Karina was a very good friend of mine, right? And Karina was very easily influenced. I called Karina and told her, without even knowing anything, I saw an opportunity to screw over Diane, and I told Karina to testify against her, accusing her, because I couldn't do that myself, right? So I used Karina to do it, to go there and harm her, which was what I wanted most at that moment, right? I was very angry, very resentful. What I wanted most at that moment was to harm her. And I ended up calling Karina and telling Karina afterwards against Diane, accusing her. And
Diane is currently accused of being the mastermind behind this crime, okay? Do you believe she is the mastermind?
no, like I said, we used to fight a lot. Clayton was Nadia's boyfriend, right? I was friends with Nadia and Karina. Clayton was Nadia's boyfriend. So she didn't really like him. She was always doing things behind Clayton's back and all that. This boyfriend that she got,
His name?
Lucas.
Lucas.
She got together with him, cheating on Clayton. Then my cousins obviously took his side. Just like they did last time, they took my other cousin's side and got angry with me.
They ultimately decided to take Clayton's side.
That
The
Clayton never... He was always more reserved and kept to himself. He was never one for hunting or fighting, but his brothers are more hot-tempered. And that's when the fight with Nadia started. They were cursing Nadia whenever Nadia walked down the street and so on because she had cheated on Clayton. They called her names like slut and so on. And one day, Nadia's boyfriend was sleeping over at her house and he left his car parked out front.
Lucas?
Lucas, yeah. He left his car parked up front. The next day, Nadia, they woke up and the car was all scratched up, completely scratched all over. I even have a photo from that day of the car. Nadia is actually in the photo, which I took to send to my uncle because she thought that it was my cousins who were doing this. They had scratched Lucas's car out of anger because she had cheated on Cleto with him. After that, I took a quick picture to send over to my uncle, and that was really all there was to it. That was the complete end of the matter. Then, a few more days slowly passed by. According to my brother, Nadia went after some guys and told them. I had contact with him inside the prison.
Which one is your brother?
João Marcos, Nadia. I ended up not sending the photos to my uncle because I wasn't in contact with him. And Nadia went after some guys in Boqueirão to teach my cousins, Clayton's brothers, a lesson for risking their car. Then she knew that Clayton he wasn't involved, but she knew they were Clayton's brothers. And she went after those guys, but those guys were friends with my brother. The guys knew my brother, and she wanted them to teach my cousins a lesson, right? And the guys knew my brother, they were his friends. So they ultimately said no. But they explained that for us to properly teach them a necessary lesson, we would first need to obtain João Marcos's official approval. Because João Marcos, who is their relative, is our friend,
João Marcos, your brother.
my brother. For us to do anything to them, we need João Marcos's approval. And they approached my brother
In prison?
in prison. Actually, it was very easy to reach my brother because he used a cell phone inside, you know? So he had Facebook, and anyone who wanted to reach him could do so quite easily and quickly.
He had Facebook? Did he have WhatsApp?
Yes, he had WhatsApp. So they approached my brother so that nothing would be done to my cousins, so that later, no, something happened to them. Then my brother, always the family defender, even though we were fighting at the time, my brother always defended his family. He never wanted anything bad to happen to anyone. Then they said that Nadia was after them to teach my cousins a lesson.
Between the two cousins?
Yeah. Our brother's Clito. And my brother said, before she finds someone else. Now it was my friends, they informed me. But she can go after other people. They were her friends.
The friends you're talking about are the same people Nadia went looking for in Boquerão.
in Boquerão.
Suddenly, they arrived before taking any action. Then, they immediately went after your brother.
Yes, because they were friends with my brother. They didn't know who Nadia was talking about. When she mentioned my cousins, then they realized it was a relative of my brother. They said, I'm not going to do anything to them, right? Not before talking to Juan Marcos, who was their friend. And then they went to talk to my brother. When my brother found out that Nadia wanted to have my cousins killed, then he did what he thought he had to do.
From inside the prison?
From inside the prison.
Perfect. Do you have anything else that you didn't mention this in your statements? I looked at both of your statements and you didn't report this.
No, I didn't report it.
Why are you saying this today?
My brother, he really liked Aunt Daya, you know? And he explicitly mentioned to me that he was planning on saying that he was the one who did it, that he was going to tell the truth, right? If she got arrested again, because Aunt Daya was, before my brother died, she had just been released from prison. Then my brother told me, he confided in me. When he told me all the hearings I had attended were already over, I was aware of what I had done, of what I
Had
That is exactly what I told Karina to do. But I wasn't fully aware. I knew what I had done myself, but I didn't know what my brother had done yet because he had not yet shared it with me.
had you already given a statement?
Had already been to the police station. I had already participated in a video conference call during the formal legal hearing that took place earlier.
Yes. Perfect. I'm satisfied, Your Honor. No more questions.
For the rest, any questions? Yes.
Excellence. Elisiani, good morning.
Good morning.
Elisiani?
He
Ifane, he is anemic. Good morning, my name is Weasley. I am a public defender. I want to ask you some questions. How old are you, ma'am?
23.
23. At the time of Nadia's death, she was 21 years old. That? Who owns the museum? I wanted to know the name of the museum. It is...
My uncle,
What's his name? Claudemir.
Ademir.
Claudemir? Claudemir? I was wondering, could you tell me who exactly is this person they call Macaroni?
Macaroni is a well-known product.
Wait, what is his name again? No,
I'll discover exactly what his name is.
you won't know his name? Could it be Claudio José do Nascimento?
I think so.
Is he an acquaintance of the lady?
Yes.
Does the lady have a connection to him?
No.
Is there no more room for discussion?
He is deceased now.
Yes, but okay, he's deceased. But let's remember what happened before January 2021. Did the lady exchange messages, talk to Macaron?
Yes, when he got out of jail, yes.
When he got out of jail, yes. The pasta. Was he a member of a criminal faction? I don't know.
I don't know this.
Did he have ties to the PCC or Comando Vermelho?
I have no knowledge of that.
He has no knowledge. Did Macaron move to Rio de Janeiro? No.
I have no knowledge of that either.
You have no knowledge. By any chance, did you, around December, together with Veronica, Elisiana, Nadia, and Lucas, go to Rio de Janeiro? Yes. We did. Lucas said that Pateta was with you. Who is Pateta? There were 6 of you in the car.
Pateta, I wouldn't be able to explain who Pateta is.
I see. Where did you guys go in Rio?
In Rocinha.
In Rocinha. Were the relatives from Rio in Rocinha the ladies or Nadia's? No.
I was related,
They were not related. No.
and
Can you tell me what they were doing there?
we went for a walk.
To stroll.
Rio de Janeiro. And
They stayed in Rocinha. How many days did you stay there?
we ended up staying for around 20 days.
20 days. Do you have any connection to drug trafficking?
No,
Do you have any influence there on the street in trafficking?
no,
Have you ever trafficked?
no,
Did you go to Rio to get drugs? No, you didn't?
In fact, when we came back, the Federal Highway Police stopped us. The second,
The second time.
they turned everything inside out.
Yes, the second time. Lucas.
Said that, no, the first,
Since Lucas returned and you stayed, right?
because I only went once to Rio de Janeiro.
Yeah, you stayed and then Lucas went to get it. Okay. Did the woman come to testify today to try to divert attention from the drug trafficking issue in this death?
I doubt this relates to drug trafficking.
It has nothing to do with it. Nadia was her friend.
The death of,
Nadia was her friend. Yes, Nadia was Karina's sister. Yes, Karina was next.
yes, indeed.
By any chance, was Karina being followed by someone? I have no further questions. Thank you. That's all.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Lucian. Good morning, actually, right? I'm saying good afternoon because we always hold hearings in the afternoon, but it's actually morning. Mrs. Maria Luciana, you mentioned João Marcos here. Is that correct? What is João Marcos' relationship with Clayton?
They are cousins, right?
They're cousins. In this version that you just presented here, did Clayton have any involvement?
No. In fact, João Marcos, when he told me, asked me not to tell Clayton. He didn't want him to know because since Clayton was the one paying for it, he could easily tell that it was João Marcos who revealed what had really happened.
I see. So at no point did João Marcos give any order to Clayton for him to help Jun do anything. On the contrary, Clayton wasn't supposed to know. What
He asked me was that Clayton wasn't supposed to know.
he wasn't supposed to know. All right then, thank you very much.
For example,
No further questions, Sergio.
Public Prosecutor's Office.
Yes, indeed. A very good morning to you.
good morning, dude.
Do you have a nickname, ma'am?
Yes.
What is your nickname?
Lala?
What?
Lala.
And who is Barbie Dutrafico?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
Look, just a second. Do you know who killed Nadia?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
Who was the executor? Who was the shooter?
I don't know.
You don't know? You know who ordered it, but you don't know who killed? Yes.
And that is because
João Marcos is dead, from what I understand. Yes. Ah, right. So, after he died, what story came up?
no, before he died. Dude,
Do you have any connection with drug trafficking?
no.
Movement 25.14. Good morning to you all. Everyone here has seen it, but if you could please clarify this audio for us, for example, just so that you fully understand exactly who is speaking in this audio recording, please, and in what specific context it was made. Is it an audio recording?
Aunt, look, John just stole all of Daniel's drugs from the corner, Aunt.
I saw it. I was out here. I saw John taking Daniel's stuff. And
Daniel left it there on the corner today. He just put a bunch of drugs there.
And John went there just now a little while ago and stole everything, Aunt.
look, if not, guys, tell them to keep an eye out.
Tell John to give Daniel's drugs back, Aunt. It was a lot. A whole lot of drugs.
Then we end up going crazy, you know.
Then they keep saying we're the crazy ones, that we're the ones chasing after things. I saw it, Aunt, with my own eyes, him taking Daniel's stuff.
When he saw me by my gate, he got scared and acted casual by the trash cans. I saw it, Aunt.
Tell them to keep an eye out.
Tell John to give Daniel's drugs back, Aunt. Otherwise, they'll see.
Who's speaking in this message?
I don't know.
Isn't it you, ma'am?
No.
Are you sure? Who is Daniel?
I don't know.
Who is John?
I don't know.
Just to give you some additional context, this message was discovered on Clayton's phone. Was a message that was supposedly actually sent by you.
I didn't talk to Cleto.
Oh, really? All right. Another thing, do you remember taking photos in Rio de Janeiro?
Yes.
Movement 548.3, please. We have 2 photos. I would like you to clarify for the jurors who appears in these photos and in what context they were taken. Always in the main 250, right? 62, 548.3, if you would be so kind, please. If you could just turn to page 11 for me, please. It is right down there at the bottom of the sheet. It's at the bottom of the page. This photo, who appears in this photo?
It was me, Karina, and another friend. A guy we met there.
There, where?
There in Rio de Janeiro.
What is that gentleman carrying over there?
A rifle.
Rifle. Why did you take that picture?
Because I was so incredibly impressed and really wanted to capture a quick photograph of the scene.
Oh, I wanted to take a picture. Okay. Have you heard any rumors involving Claudio Marcello and your Aunt Diane?
I was the one who said that.
Was it
I was the one who made up that story, right?
you made up that story?
Yes, I was the one who told Karina to go and tell that story
What story?
about Claudio Marcello and my aunt.
What was the story?
That they had a relationship.
They had. Your uncle, the other one, Claudio Marcello, was he jealous of his nephew?
No.
No?
No.
Do you know if they ever lived together? Diane, Claudio Marcello, and...
Living together, I don't know.
No?
I don't know if they live together.
Did you invent this story?
Yes.
Excuse me, but I was wondering, do you happen to know Carlos's father, Marcelo, who is also known as Mr. Juan Aparecido da Silva?
I know.
Is this Carlos's father, Marcela? That's right.
Claudio Marcella's personal story?
What?
Claudio Marcella's.
Claudio Marcella's, sorry. I said, man, Claudio Marcella's. Another thing, did you become aware of messages from your aunt, Aunt Day, right? Daya?
Diane,
But what's her nickname?
Aunt Diane.
Aunt Diane claims no nickname, but the lady disagrees. No, just that we...
Call her Aunt Diane because she's my aunt and I call her Diane.
The young woman suddenly discovered a series of chilling messages from her, in which she openly confessed to orchestrating the murder. Could it really be Nadia?
No, that is not the right answer.
Did you forge these messages? Did the lady have access to Mrs. Dayan's cell phone? I want to know, you're not compromised just because you're a relative. I'm asking, have you ever had access to Ms. Dayan's cell phone?
I've always had access to her cell phone.
And then what did you do?
It wasn't exactly me. Who was the one writing those messages?
From...
Kay.
So you came here to defend her. She got herself another lawyer. Thank you, Dr. Tiago. I return the floor.
From the jury, any questions? It's Elisiani, right? Elisiani, regarding the Rosa family, the Rosa do Nascimento family, how many people in total have already been investigated, accused, convicted, or in any case arrested because of homicides? Various homicides, right? Not just the one we're dealing with here today? No.
I am unable to disclose.
Okay, but you are aware that this isn't the only one, right? You have already been a victim of homicide, attempted homicide. But you are aware that there is a police investigation looking into an attempted homicide against you, which, at least according to the investigation, also involves families that are part of the Rosa do Nascimento family or that are somehow connected to those families?
Indeed.
You know, right?
I am.
I'm asking you these questions. This incident in which there is this investigation in which you would have been the victim of attempted homicide. Not long ago, there was another trial held here where videos of you were submitted. What videos were those?
They were...
Denying, right?
Denying.
Telling a different story that had been told in another episode, which has nothing to do with this one, is not under trial, and has already been judged. But it's just that point, right? You submitted videos that you made on your cell phone or by other means, denying what had happened in another situation.
Yes.
All right, perfect. Did this happen? Do you have these videos? Did you record them?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. Now, if we take a moment to return to this specific case we are looking at right now, I would like to say, I'm not sure if I understood, so that's why I might have to repeat the question. You were heard here in this case, considering the police investigation and then a hearing. Now, this is the third time, is that right? I think,
So, yes.
to talk about this subject. Perfect third time. The first and the second time. Did you tell the same story then as you are telling here today?
No.
No.
It was substantially different. What did you change from then to now?
Back then, I denied that I had said anything to Karina. Okay.
All right, but actually, not regarding the story itself, we already understand that it's not the same, right? You acknowledge that? Perfect. What did you change from then to now so that you would come here or tell us? So, the truth, as you say?
Yes.
What is the reason? Because earlier, as was reported here when the lawyer asked, you said you didn't like her, and for that reason you wanted, well, to fabricate something. And now? Do you not dislike her anymore? Do you like her? Do you not like her?
To be honest, I let go of that resentment, that hurt I had towards her.
I...
Let it go from myself.
And what kind of resentment was that? What was it, right?
It came from childhood.
Okay, but can you explain the reason for that? What is it?
She raised me, after my grandmother died.
What year was that?
I think it was after 2007, I think.
How old are you today? I am
23.
So she raised you since
The year was 2007.
2007, so that's not 20 years, so it's 16 years, right? 2007, 2017, 2000 and more or less that, right? So for the last 16 years you've lived with her, is that it? Were you raised by her?
Yeah, I would say it has been the last 15 or 14 years, roughly.
Okay, that's fine. And what happened during that time for you to feel resentment toward her and want to harm her?
Like I said, I didn't agree with the way she raised me, I always felt like she treated me differently because there were more people living with us. But all my cousins who lived with my grandmother, when my grandmother passed away, we went to live with her. So I always thought she treated me differently from everyone else, I always felt like she didn't like me.
That you felt rejected, is that it?
Yes.
Excluded, so to speak? Okay. And what happened for that feeling to go away?
After I suffered a lot because of it, too.
Okay. And when did that happen?
It has been quite a while.
Okay, but how long ago? In what year, what month at least?
Following her arrest, that specific moment, I felt like I had already done what I needed to do, to feed that hatred I had for her. After she was arrested, I started to suffer a lot because of her imprisonment,
But when was that? When was she arrested?
I have no sense of time, really. But it was right after Nadia died.
Okay, and when did Nadia die?
I think it was at the beginning of 2022. I don't really have much sense of time.
But that's important. We need to know when all of this changed.
I think she died at the beginning of 2022, if I'm not mistaken.
And how long after that was she arrested at least?
I think, I don't know if it was 2 months, 3 months.
After, between 2 and 3 months, let's say. Yeah.
I think
that's about right. And then after that, you started to feel remorse, let's put it that way, because she was arrested, started to suffer, and you thought it wasn't worth it anymore. Is that what you did?
I slowly began to realize within myself that actually I didn't feel any hatred toward her at all. Deep down, I just truly wanted her to finally look at me and accept me as her own daughter.
That she is...
I wanted to feel that I had some importance to her, since she was the only mother figure I had.
All right, but then look, this imprisonment you're talking about, Lysine, is it really because of this incident or not?
Because I spoke up.
Yes, because of this process, this incident,
That's right.
because of this death here, right? All right. So look, what is stated here is that this incident happened on January 30th, 2021. So it's been 2 years and a bit. 2 years and 2 months. Almost exactly 2 years and 2 months. You said she was arrested 2 or 3 months later.
I'm not sure, but I think so.
And was she arrested after you went to the police station?
Yes.
How long after you went to the police station?
I think about a month later.
A month after the death?
I'm not sure. I don't really remember the timing.
But in any case, she was arrested after you went to the police station.
After I went to the police station,
At the police station, what did you tell the officer?
nothing.
Nothing about the events? Didn't you know? No. Okay, so then she was arrested, all right. Why?
She
Is she in jail now? She is.
in jail
Due to this?
of this incident.
All right, that's fine. Was there a hearing afterwards? There was. When was this hearing?
I don't
Remember? What I want to know from you is this, so I can put it into context. You went to the police station about a month after the death, said you didn't know anything, and she was arrested. And then you said you started feeling bad.
know, but she was arrested. But I knew she was being arrested because I had told Karina and at the police station. You can call Karina here and ask her. No,
That's not a problem. Actually, what I'm going to ask has nothing to do with that. What I really want to understand has nothing to do with that. You went to the police station, and from what you're saying, you didn't say anything. Nothing that would be relevant here. But she was arrested because of you, so to speak, for having lied, for having made up a story that wasn't true, and you started to feel bad about her arrest. How long after you started feeling bad were you summoned to come to a hearing and be heard again?
I don't remember how long, but I was still very hurt. At that hearing, I was still very hurt.
Ah, I see. Actually, even after the hearing, the resentment hadn't gone away yet.
No, because everyone was angry. Everything was getting to be a bit much with me and everyone else there. So I decided to leave that place for a while to calm myself down. But I still kept that heavy feeling. I still kept that difficult feeling deep inside me.
I see. So at the police station, you didn't say anything. She was arrested. You started feeling bad. Then sometime later when there was a hearing, even though you were feeling bad, you still held on to the resentment and decided not to tell the truth. And now after all this time, 2 years and 2 months later, you realize that the resentment is gone, and that's why you're telling the truth now. Yes, that's great. Elisiani, to wrap up on my end, here's the thing. I need to clarify something for you. At the beginning of our conversation here, I asked you to commit to telling the truth because as a witness, you cannot lie. And from what you're telling me, at some point you lied, either at the police station or during the hearing or now. And this needs to be investigated so that you have to answer for this because it is a crime if that's the case. And the one who decides whether you lied or not, at least today, is not me. So for that reason, I'll give you one more chance. If you want to say anything, clarify something, that's fine. Otherwise, you will stay here waiting, and at the end, I will ask the jury whether you are lying or not. If you are lying and that is determined, you will be arrested in flagrante for the crime of perjury, all right? If you want to say anything else about this matter, you may. Otherwise, we'll end it here. All right?
All right. I wouldn't like to dismiss her. I'd like her to stay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Excellent. There's a point of order.
Go ahead, sir.
I would like you to clarify, or I can clarify myself, which is that as a witness, she can retract her statement up until before the trial. So, just to clarify, if you wish to retract your statement, you may do so up until the start of the voting.
Perfect. That's it. I agree. That's why I said, actually, maybe I wasn't clear. That's why I said, if you want to clarify anything about this, feel free. Actually, Dr. Louise, I didn't say that she could retract in the sense of telling the truth, because it's not my place here to say what is true or false. That's the only precaution I actually took, but I will in fact use the words you used. If you would like to retract, if you feel that this is a lie or not, but anyway, I don't make any value judgment about whether it's right or wrong, whether it's a lie or not, because that's not my place. That's the only reason I didn't say it.
Point of order. I also have a point to raise. During the specific line of questioning that the defense counsel presented to the witness, it was specifically at the time she said that she first became fully aware of the situation, only after her brother had told her something very important. Just for the record.
It's just that, doctor. Edwin, actually the testimony is hers. The one who brought up the facts was the witness. It wasn't me, the prosecutor, and it wasn't you either. But okay, that's not a problem. A clarification was made. Just
for the purpose of a clear understanding, at a later stage when the jury begins to deliberate.
Yes, that's what I said, that at the hearing I still didn't know anything. My brother hadn't told me anything yet.
that
Did
said, there's no problem. Actually, what will be discussed is what you said here today, whether it's true or not. And as I said, I'm not the one who decides. We'll end here, thank you. And then please wait until the end of the trial.
all right?
So are you currently in custody?
In custody.
How long has it been?
It is actually going to be exactly 2 years now, coming up this April 27th.
And when you were free, how much did you earn on average per month in that job as a loader?
I was earning $2,000 a month there at SAS.
Did you ever attend school?
No, I didn't. I was waiting for the workbooks to arrive that the judge from VP had already requested so I could finish my studies. I was waiting for the workbook, which was a bit complicated since we were still dealing with the whole COVID situation. So it was really difficult to get in touch with the VEP.
Okay, but have you ever studied at any point in your life? No, nothing, no.
No.
Can you read and write?
Yes, yes.
Yes, but did you actually attend school then?
Yes, I attended.
Which grade?
I quit mid-grade.
Okay, that's great. Are you married?
No, I'm single.
Do you have children?
Actually, I have 2 children, but they are with 2 different women. You know how it is.
I see. How old are they now?
My oldest boy is 16 now.
And the youngest?
The girl must be about 8 or 7 years old, around there.
Okay, and each one lives with their respective mother, is that right? Okay, that's great. Besides this criminal case, are there any others?
Yes.
Are there or were there others?
Yes.
Okay, so how many are there in total?
To be perfectly clear, I am only answering for 1 single homicide and 1 specific robbery.
All right, anything else?
Just that.
Was there a conviction in any of them?
Yes.
Okay, in which one?
In both.
In both for robbery and homicide?
Yes.
All right, what's the total sentence?
22 years.
You're serving it now as well, is that right? I'm
serving it.
How much time do you have left to serve for each one?
Actually, I become eligible for semi-open regime for my previous sentence on December 25th, month 9.
Okay. Regarding which accusation are you aware of?
Yes.
All right, perfect. So you also spoke with the public defender, right?
Yes.
Dr. Weasley, you said you would only answer one question. So in truth, you don't want the judge, the public prosecutor, the jurors, or the lawyers to ask questions?
No.
That's fine. From the public prosecutor's office, any...
Just to have it on record here, this is my understanding with respect to the court, to the understanding
of the STJ. I understand that the silence is absolute, that blanket silence is not applicable because the interrogation is a means of defense, but it is also a means of evidence. And that's where it comes under the scrutiny of adversarial proceedings and is an act reserved for the judge, as we all know. When one opts for blanket silence, answering only the defense's questions, it actually ceases to be an interrogation and becomes in truth an interview attended by the judge and the prosecutor. And here, the judges are the jurors, an interview between the defense attorney and the client without the possibility of the judge's participation. Who presides over this act? Article 188 of the Code of Criminal Procedure is quite clear that the parties may seek clarification through follow-up questions. Here, cross-examination does not apply. It is always conducted through the judge. And I believe that if the defendant answered nothing to the judge, then there is nothing to clarify. I would have some questions to ask Mr. Jean, but I will not do so because of the law on abuse of authority. But I can certainly present them to the jurors, and if the defense wishes, it may also explain to the jurors why Mr. Jean chose to answer only the questions from his own defense. Thank you, and I return the floor to you.
Your Honor, I would like to make a counterpoint. First, let me clarify that this is my position, not Jean's choice. I have been here for 6 years, and I always do this. Second, our court, the Superior Court of Justice, which is responsible for settling all legislation, has already ruled in this way. If I am not mistaken, Article 927 of the Code of Civil Procedure states that judges must observe the jurisprudence established by the higher courts. And the last point I would like to make, if I'm not mistaken, is that both the Supreme Federal Court and the Superior Court of Justice have stated that the interrogation is a means of defense, not a means of evidence. But I think the issue can be greatly simplified. It's a very quick question that he will answer, and then we can wrap up.
In fact, it's a matter of law. It doesn't concern the facts themselves or the judgment, but it's an issue that is submitted to the judge, and I have to decide. And so I express this in very direct words, and I want to make it very clear here. The Code of Procedure, which is what regulates the proceedings, states here that the interrogation is conducted by the judge. And it also says that after the judge conducts the interrogation, the judge asks the parties, the public prosecutor, the defense, and in the case of a jury trial, also the jurors, if there are any clarifications to be made. So perhaps as a matter of coherence, of logic, if the defendant does not respond to the judge, he has nothing to clarify to the others because he did not answer anything. So that's what our Code of Criminal Procedure says. On the other hand, the interrogation is indeed a means of defense, but it is also a means of evidence. And if it is a means of evidence, it must be subject to adversarial proceedings, that is, to questions from the other party, from the opposing side, and so on. That is the way I think, how I interpret, how I see the law here. It's a strictly legal matter. It has nothing to do with the facts of this case. However, it is a controversial issue. We don't have a very firm guideline regarding this. The STJ has rulings in this direction, while the STF has rulings in the opposite direction. So, out of prudence, and perhaps considering a logistical approach to preserve the judgment, I have not imposed, in quotes, my will or my position here. I'll allow defense questions and proceed with the interrogation. If I don't, the defense could challenge this at the Court of Justice, the STJ or STF, where they might say, Tiago, in fact, you didn't take the best approach here. And the consequence of that would be to annul the trial and order a new one. So it's a risk that, let's say I'm weighing the risks and benefits, and between the benefits and drawbacks here, I believe it's not appropriate for me to deny this kind of request. But as I said, there's nothing settled, it's different. Dr. Weasley made his point, but we have rulings going in every direction. And so for now, out of caution, I choose to set aside my own understanding, so to speak, and allow it to proceed this way. And another point is that we have a law against abuse of authority, which states that when the person under investigation or accusation refuses or says they will not answer questions, it is not up to the prosecuting authority, police officer, prosecutor, judge, or anyone else to continuing with the questions would risk committing, as mentioned here, the crime of abuse of authority. That is also why I refrain from asking questions and do not allow others here to do so either. Because you see, on one hand, there is the right to remain silent, but not necessarily an obligation not to ask questions. Now, with the new law, there would be this requirement not to ask, and for that reason, I also do not ask. And as mentioned, I do not allow others to do so. So I will pass the floor directly to the public defender. Dr. Luis, you may ask your question, and then we will conclude. That is, we will conclude if that's the case.
Yes. Jean, who shot Nadia?
I did.
Sir, are you confessing that you shot Nadia?
Yes.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Shall we conclude? All right, so we will end here, jurors. You may stop the recording now. My name is Tiago. I am the presiding judge responsible for this trial. We are going to conduct your interrogation here. I need to know your current address first. Julio Batista Pereira Street, 296, House 3. Is this Tatuquara? Here in Curitiba, right? What is your profession? I work in general services. General services, okay. Are you in jail today? No, he's not in jail, he's working, is that right? What is your approximate monthly income? 1,780. 1,780, okay. Did you go to school? Yes, I finished my studies. High school? That's right. How old are you today? I turned 24 last Friday. How old? 24. Okay, are you married? Yes. Do you have children? No. Besides this criminal case, do you have or have you had any others?
Yes, I had another one.
In total, how many are there?
Just one more case that I had.
Okay, so this homicide case here, is that it?
Right.
And one more, which is?
Which is when I got arrested with my father. Okay?
For what reason?
Because of a gun, because of a weapon, because of a weapon.
That's right. Okay, so you answered an investigation, a case. Were you convicted, acquitted? What happened? I was
convicted.
You were convicted. What was the sentence?
9 years.
9 years.
That's right.
Okay, but then it wasn't for carrying a weapon? It was for carrying a weapon? Because of the sentence, it was just one incident, 9 years?
That's right.
Okay, I'll check here, but it's not a problem. We'll continue. So, are you aware of the charges, Clito?
Yes, I am.
Okay, have you spoken with your lawyer, Dr. Omar?
Yes.
Perfect. From now on, you don't have to answer my questions. You can stay silent if you want, but for your own sake, to give your side of the story, you can tell the truth. If you're convicted, it could lead to a lighter sentence. Do you understand?
I understand.
All right. Are you interested in answering the questions or not? Would you prefer to remain silent?
Yes, I will answer.
Okay, that's great. The first question to begin with. It says here that on January 30th, 2021, at around 10 p.m., at a residence located at 712 Inés de Souza Soares Street in the Tatuquara neighborhood here in Curitiba, the defendant Jamontero da Luz, together with Clayton Lima Rosa, and also under the orders of the accused Diane da Silva Rosa, also known as Daya, allegedly killed the victim Nadia Cristina Rodriguez, and according to the records here, they did so by shooting her with a firearm. Then it says that this was allegedly done for a vile motive, namely revenge out of jealousy, because the victim Nadia was having a romantic relationship with Claudio Marcelo da Silva, who was in fact the mother of the accused Diane. This was known to the other defendants, including you, according to the public prosecutor's office. It says, continuing here with the accusation, that at the same time and place, the defendant, Jean Monteiro da Luz, also with the participation of Cleito, Diane, Amanda, and Diana, allegedly attempted to kill Israel Rodriguez da Silva and also Israeline Cristina Minaer Rodriguez da Silva, who at the time was a 10-year-old child. And according to the account here, this was also by firearm shots, which did not hit these people. Basically, what we have here, without going into further detail, is an accusation of qualified homicide, consummated, and 2 attempts. Are these facts true or false?
I didn't understand the question.
No, I asked if this accusation stated here is true. If it is false, if you committed it or not, what happened? No.
I did not commit it.
Okay, so what happened in this episode, Clayton?
On the very day that it happened, I ended up giving Jean a ride home.
Did you give a ride to...
For Jean.
Your colleague Jean is being accused. What's that about? Jean Monteiro da Luz?
My cousin, that's it.
Your cousin?
That.
Okay, on that day he gave someone a ride. How, in what way, why, what happened?
I went to her house in the afternoon. At the time, Thais was my girlfriend, right? I went to her house, took care of her dogs. Then on the way back, I stopped by her store and got a Coke and a bag of shoestring potatoes.
Okay.
Then there I ran into Jean. He was in front. Then he asked me if I was going down because down there near my house, there's a store, right? I said, yes, I'm going down there. So he got in the car and went. I took him to the side of my house where the store is, right? And that's where he stayed.
All right, okay, let's go. I think I didn't understand. Did you go to a store, buy Coke and shoestring potatoes, or were you going to a...
Yeah, I stopped by my girlfriend's store, Thais.
Thais, you got a Coke and fries?
I grabbed a Coke and some potato sticks.
And did you find Jean at that distributor?
And
then Jean asked for a ride to...
Even the distributor downstairs, which is next to my house.
Okay, but were you going to the distributor down below?
Yes, I live next door, you know.
Okay. And where is this distributor located? What is the address?
Ignace. In the street.
Ignatius? Ignacio, where did this happen?
It's on the same street.
On the same street, but not in the same location, is that right? Okay, what is the distance from one point to the other?
I think about 6 more blocks.
Yes, I see. And did he happen to explain the reason why he was asking for that specific ride?
No.
No, he just asked like, oh, you're going there, so take me with you. Is that it?
Exactly.
You two are cousins, is that right?
Exactly.
You took him. What car was it?
Go.
A Go, that was yours?
That's right.
Was it just you and him?
Just us. And
then when you got to the other distributor, what happened?
I went inside the house and he stayed there at the distributor.
He stayed outside the dealer?
Right.
Okay, and after that?
So I got home. My girlfriend was getting ready to go to the birthday party, right? She was going to the birthday party that day.
Then?
She finished getting ready. I had dinner. Then I stayed there on the couch, lying down, watching TV. Then a little while later, she came back to do her makeup, right? Then she asked me to go to her distributor to get her an energy drink and a cigarette. Then I ran into Jean in front of the distributor, and he asked if I was going up there. I said yes. Then he was arguing with his wife, right? So I took him to his house there.
And where is his house? At the
End of the street, over by the highway. Okay.
But is it close to where this incident happened? From the year when this accusation happened?
From the year he was talking about?
Yeah, no. You said you took him to his house, which is near the highway, is that right?
That's right.
Okay. And is his house near the highway close to Inez's place?
It's the same street, the highway, right? Yeah.
The same street? Yeah.
The end of the street leads to the highway, right?
Okay, and what's the distance from one point to the other? I mean, from his house, from the highway to the place where the incident happened here?
I think about 4 blocks.
Okay, and then you dropped him off at home?
I went, turned around at the roundabout to turn the car. Then he went into his house. His wife wasn't there. Then he said, no, he must be at Anderson's bar, which is 2 blocks down from his house.
Okay, and
There. Then he got in the car and stayed there at Anderson's bar. That's when I went to Thais's distribution company.
is Thais your wife, your girlfriend? That was the first place you found him, is that correct?
That's right.
Okay. So you dropped him off at Anderson's bar and went to Thais distribution company? I went
The firm.
Thais.
Then, so I got there. I was talking. The employee was working there. So I arrived. There were people in front. She was helping them. So I waited for her to finish. Then I asked her for the energy drink and the cigarettes. Then I chatted with her for a bit and took the energy drink and the cigarettes to the car. Then I went to start the car, but the car wouldn't start. So I realized I was having battery problems. So I went and started messing with the battery. Then I look over and the car door opens and my car is dark, right? So I got startled and thought, who could that be? That's when I opened the driver's door to check on Eugenio. He was there and said he'd had a fight with his wife, that his wife had found out he was having an affair with another Thais, with another woman also named Thais.
Not with your girlfriend, with another Thais.
No, with another Thais,
Who is his wife?
Bayana.
His wife is Bayana? That's right. Her name?
I don't know her name, I only know her as Bayana.
Okay, so he said that she found out he was having an affair with Bayana, is that it? With Thais, sorry, and his wife Bayana found out.
That's right.
All right, and then?
Then he got in the car and I drove him to the distributor. Then I went back inside the house and I don't know where he went.
And what did he say? That his wife found out at that moment, is that it?
That's right.
Then he was.
Supposed to be fighting already, right? Because of that. Then he met her at the bar and she slapped him in the face. That's what he told me.
Okay. So you left him at the distributor and went home?
Yes, the distributor came from my house, right?
Yeah. And then what?
After that, I went home and stayed home.
Okay, so when did this happen? At what point did this happen? To give some context.
What time is it?
That's it? At what point did this happen? In this whole story, you told, met him, dropped him at the distributor, went somewhere else, went home, came back, even dropped him at his house, came back, he met you again there. When exactly did this happen here? Because from what I understand, what you're talking about happened on this day here, right? This whole story, right?
Right.
On that day. But at what point did the incident happen here? When did the death occur, the shots?
I don't know at what moment the death happened.
And the time when you met him there for the first time, what time was it?
I don't remember. I just know it was already late afternoon. It was a really hot day and the sky wasn't completely dark yet.
Around 6 in the evening, maybe?
I don't remember.
Okay. So what time was the last time you spoke to him?
I know that when I got home, it was a little after 10 when I got home.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember.
Okay, so when did you first become aware of this fact, this crime?
A short time later, the distribution was still open, right? And they were talking about how Nadia had been killed.
Okay, but was this the same day, right after?
That's right. Because the distributor there, it's right in the living room of the house, you know? Like, it's the living room, and then it's already the distributor, so you can hear everything that's said there.
Okay. Well, Jane, you've already said he's your cousin, right?
That's right.
Who's Diana?
Diane is my aunt.
Your aunt?
That's right.
Okay, Diane is whose mother? Is she Jean's mother?
No.
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 Okay, she's your aunt because she's your father's sister. She is my aunt. What?
My father's sister.
Your father's sister. That's right. Okay, and is Jean your cousin?
He's actually a third cousin, I think. I haven't met his father yet, you know? I only know his mother. That's all.
And who is his mother?
Angela.
But is Angela your father's sister, your mother's sister?
No, Angela is my father's sister-in-law. Okay.
So she's married then to
one of my father's brothers who has passed away, right?
Okay, I understand. And Jean is her son, right? So he would also be the son of your uncle who is your father's brother. Is that it?
That's right.
Okay, perfect. So he really is your cousin, right? Yes.
Cousin.
He's your cousin?
Yes.
Cousin. Okay. Alright, but then, after all, why did you get involved in this story then?
Huh?
Why did you get involved in this story if you didn't know anything? You don't know what happened?
I don't know why.
Why do they say you were one of the participants here anyway? Don't you know?
No.
Okay. It does not have...
Why would I have helped with something, done something, right?
What is your relationship with Diana and Jean? You already said they're cousins and aunts, that's fine, but what about prostate issues? Do they talk? Are they friends? Do they work together?
Yeah, I talked to Diane.
Yeah. Okay, and the woman who died here, Nadia?
Nadia and I used to date, right? I dated her for just over 3 months.
Okay. And Nadia, what was her relationship with Diana and Jean?
I can't say.
You can't say either. Was there a problem? Were they friends? Nothing? And what about Israel and Israelin? Do you know them?
I do.
Who are they? They
are Nadia's father.
Are they?
Israel is Nadia's father.
Okay, Israel is the father and Israelin?
Sister.
All right then, and what exactly is the connection that Israel and Israelin have to do with you, Jean? And Diane?
With me, nothing. I've always had a good friendship with him. Yeah.
And with John and Diane?
Yes, they talked normally.
Them too? No, I mean here, Israel and Israelin. Ah, they don't know how to tell you.
No.
Unknown?
No.
All right, that's fine. Were you questioned at the police station?
That's right.
What did you tell the police chief?
I don't remember, but it was exactly what I'm saying now.
Was it the same story?
That
Without adding or taking anything away?
That
Did you answer the officer's questions or not?
replied,
All of them. Then there was questioning in court. Yes or no?
yes.
You spoke with the judge. I want to believe that, right?
That
What did you tell her?
That's what I just told you too. What happened that day, right?
Uh-huh. Do you know Elysian?
Yes.
How is Elysian related to you? Is she also a cousin?
My cousin.
And what does Elysian have to do with this matter here? Do you know?
I don't know.
Can't you tell me?
No.
You already said that on that day, Jean arrived and said that he had argued with his wife, who is from Bahia, right? You said she's from Bahia because you found out she was dating Thais?
That
Who is Claudio Marcelo da Silva?
my uncle.
Your uncle too? It is...
Diane's husband, right? Yes,
That's the point. Is he Diane's husband?
I think so. It's Claudio. My uncle is Claudio.
Is Claudio Marcelo da Silva referred to here as causing this situation? Your uncle, is that it?
No, I don't think so.
Did Nadia have a relationship with Claudio Marcelo?
I can't say.
You can't say.
No,
Did Diane have one?
I can't say either.
So she didn't either, or you don't know?
No. Okay.
But these aren't your relatives? You don't live nearby? You can't say who's married to whom, who is...
Like after I got out of jail the first time, I didn't hang out with him anymore, to talk or anything. It was just a quick hello, and that's it,
Uh-huh, I understand.
I kept to myself, and he kept to his own.
Did you end up getting arrested because of this incident? Here?
Yes.
For how long?
In total. I know I was in for 1 year and 2 months, but I think I got parole from that case. But then I still had another case, right, from another conviction, so I ended up serving a bit more time.
All right, and finally, can you tell me who exactly killed the victim here?
I can't say.
You can't say. Not even by rumor, not even by hearsay? Did you talk to Jair and Diane after that?
No.
You didn't have any contact with them?
No.
Not even to say, man, they dragged me into this story. What happened? Why are you guys involved in this? Either. Nothing? No. Didn't talk to anyone? Didn't say anything?
No.
That's great. I have no more questions. Public Prosecutor's Office?
Good morning, Leto.
Good morning.
Do you have a nickname?
No.
Bean? Who is Feijão?
I've never had that nickname.
Never had that nickname.
By the way, doctor, please forgive me. Actually, on the day that this happened, were you complying with any precautionary measures? In other words, did he have any legal obligations even though he was free?
What do you mean, doctor?
Ankle bracelet.
Yes, I used to wear an ankle monitor.
Was he wearing an ankle monitor?
That
That day, the ankle monitor functioned properly. All day? Uh-huh. How far were you from the place where the death occurred?
How far is it from my house? Like this?
No, look, this incident happened here at where Nadia died, right? Do you know where that is?
Yes.
Were you there?
No.
You weren't there? What was the maximum distance you were from that location? The place where she died? At the
place where she died? Yes. She died on Ignace Street. I was on João Amadeo at the distributor.
Okay. At any point, did you lose communication, Dr. Tony Zalero? At any...
At no time.
All right, that's great. Now, let me apologize.
Of course, no problem. Just to go back then, nickname Feijão was never... So you said you dropped Jean off near Nadia's father's house that day.
I dropped Jean off about 2 streets past his house, right over at Anderson's bar.
Which is close to the house of...
I think it's about 2 blocks away.
2 blocks. Do you remember at the police station recognizing Jean walking down the street in the footage?
Yes.
Was it Jean?
That day I was kind of, dazed. I didn't know what was going on. I recognized him there, but I'm not sure if it was him.
But did it seem like it was Jean to you?
Right.
Because you had been with him before all of this, right?
That's right.
Perfect. Can you describe what Jean's mood was like on that particular night? Was she feeling calm, perhaps relaxed, or was she noticeably agitated?
He was kind of agitated because of his wife. Didn't slap him in the face. Didn't even run after him.
Did you say there was white powder on Jean's nose?
I don't remember if I said that. It was a long time ago.
Wait, did you actually say that it was possibly cocaine?
But I think so. I think...
He used cocaine. Just to be clear, Doctor, Tiago, Thais was mentioned, but you also have a wife named Thais today who is not the same person Jean was supposedly involved with, just to avoid any misunderstanding here. Another thing, your Aunt Diane, does she have a nickname?
No.
No one calls her just Aunt. Is it Aunt Diane, Aunt Dia? Which is it?
Yeah, I call her Aunt Diane.
Ah, Aunt Diane.
Her name is Diane, but I call her Aunt Diane instead of just Diane.
Right. And did you keep contact with her by phone?
Yes.
What kind of contact did you have with her?
Just day-to-day stuff. We talked, how things were going.
By the way, Mrs. Diane, what is her occupation?
What do you mean?
What does she do for a living?
She used to sell lingerie.
She sold lingerie?
She did. And
what else?
Sometimes she occasionally did various professional cleaning jobs too.
Would that be as a house cleaner?
That's right.
House cleaner and lingerie seller?
Right.
Are you sure about that?
Yes. I know for sure she sold lingerie.
She sold lingerie. I see. Another thing. Do you know someone named João Aparecido da Silva?
No.
Would that be Claudio Marcelo's father? Because here it was asked, we have 2 Claudio Marcelos. Did you mention your uncle? Yes.
My uncle, Claudio Marcelo. And
do you know of any nephew of Mrs. Diane whose name is Claudio Marcelo as well?
Yes, he has a nephew named Claudio.
Ah, so there are 2, that compound first name, Claudio Marcelo.
It is
both an uncle and a nephew. Of Diane? That's right. Do you know the nephew?
I know him by sight, but I've never spoken to him.
Do you know if it was ever mentioned that Diane had a relationship with the nephew?
No.
Do you happen to know if they ever actually lived together? To be honest, I don't really know.
What to say?
Diane, her husband, and the nephew?
No, I can't say.
You have no knowledge of that?
No.
By the way, did you happen to hear that specific audio clip we played right here for Mrs. Elisian just a moment ago?
Yes.
Whose audio is that?
I don't know.
You don't?
No.
Because that audio was taken from your cell phone. Tiago, I'm referring here, even as a matter of procedural loyalty, to motion 548.3. I would ask again, Tanya, not wanting to take advantage of your goodwill, that you play that audio. 25.14, which was taken from your cell phone. So you must be aware of it. And I would like, if you wish to answer, you're not obliged to, but if you want to, and you have been cooperative from the beginning, as the investigator mentioned here. Whose message is that, and in what context? Was that said?
About those messages, the audio, I prefer not to say.
You prefer not to talk?
No.
No, that's your right. No one... I have the duty to ask. You have the right not to answer. If it is at all possible for us to do so right now, we would very much like to display this specific report on the screen for everyone to see. Could you please pull up the data for 548.3 at your earliest convenience? Just for you, you can start from the beginning, then we'll scroll down the screens and so on. In case you want to answer, because they were found on the cell phone. You handed over the cell phone
To
to the police authority, is that right?
I cooperated from the beginning.
How?
I cooperated with everything from the start.
You cooperated from the beginning. So, let's get started. Mr. Delegate, here we already have some images. Do you remember these images on your cell phone? You can keep going. We just need to be... Who is this person that appears there?
That's my aunt,
Which aunt?
Aunt Diane.
Is that the accused Diane? Yes. So you corresponded with her, exchanged messages and so on? Were you talking about trivial things or business? What was the context? Trivial things.
Trivial things.
Let's go. If the jurors would also like to follow along, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, it's motion 548.3 of case 25,062. Case files 25,062. Let's go. Does Elysian have a nickname?
Yes,
What is her nickname?
Lala. And
Barbie of the trafficking?
I don't know if she has that nickname.
You don't know? Let's keep going. There are some photos there. Why did Elysian send those photos to you? Which, by the way, was sent to her. Here. Her with a guy holding a rifle. Do you remember in what context that was sent? Why was it sent? If you want to talk about it,
I don't, sir.
you will need to...
Answer.
You prefer not to speak. No, that's your right. Another thing. So regarding this whole situation with the... Tell me, did you happen to know Karina?
Yes.
Does Karina have any connection to drug trafficking?
No.
You don't know of any?
I don't know of any.
All right. João Marcos, who is João Marcos?
João Marcos is my cousin.
Your cousin?
That's right.
Was João Marcos in prison?
Yes.
He was in prison. Did you have contact with him?
No.
No?
No.
Because according to Ms. Elysian, he had access to a cell phone in prison, right? You never had contact, never received messages from him?
I had no contact with him.
You never received any messages? No. You had no contact at all? Did you know that he was killed?
Yes, I was in prison at the time.
You were in prison at the time. Do you remember roughly what year it was? You were in prison because of the case. Here?
It was last year that I found out he had died.
Do you know under what circumstances? Was he killed?
No.
Did he die of a heart attack?
He died, he was killed. I think he was killed. I think it was in prison.
He was killed?
That's right.
In prison?
That's right.
Inside the prison?
That's right.
All right. So it was last year, we're in 2023, so in 2022?
If I'm not mistaken, it was in 2022.
All right. Do you have siblings?
Yes.
Who are your siblings, please?
There are 6 of us siblings.
6 siblings?
Klaus, Josue, Jonathan, Davi, and also Jonas.
Who is John?
John? I have a brother named Jonathan, not John.
You don't call him John?
No. Just Jonathan.
Who is Here?
Here is Klaus.
Your brother?
That's right.
All right. Do the others have nicknames?
No.
Was there ever any disagreement between Nadia, the victim, and your siblings?
No.
Never. Can you affirm that?
Yes.
Never. Categorically, looking into the eyes of the jurors. That never happened?
No.
Was there no disagreement between Nadia and any of your siblings?
No. So,
you have just contradicted Elysiane here, who stated, as was well pointed out by Dr. Tiago, I actually didn't pay attention to it, she gave a legal oath. Because there are other interpretations. Dr. Goisley also knows that Dr. Michel, for example, does not take an oath. Just to clarify, it was my oversight here. But she did take an oath, so you just said that she lied here, you before the jury, because she told a story here. That your brothers scratched Lucas's car. Are you unaware of this story?
As far as I was aware, I had no prior knowledge of it.
No, you lived there, you lived there.
You
You would have known, especially since you dated Nadia and had a good relationship with her. So this story was made up by Ms. Elysian, it seems to me, yet another lie from her. All right then. Thank you, Mr. Clayton. Dr. Tiago, I give the floor back to you.
Your defense. Good afternoon, Clayton.
Good afternoon, doctor.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Next time I'll get it right. So, Clayton, here's the thing. Regarding the end of your relationship with Nadia, Elysiani said here that there was infidelity on her part. Did that betrayal by any chance make you angry at her? Did it make you want her to die or want someone to kill her? Did you ever think about helping someone kill Nadia?
No, doctor.
You didn't end things angry at her?
No.
So tell me, how long exactly after you broke up with Nadia did you actually start seeing Thais, right?
Yes, Thais.
Your current wife? How long did it take, was it?
I remember that I broke up with Nadia at the beginning of October. Then, in the middle of October, I already met Thais. We were still just seeing each other, hooking up and all that.
So it was quick.
That's right.
So there wasn't even time to dwell on any anger there. So there wasn't any problem regarding.
Like me and Thais, she found someone too, right? So each of us went our own way, right?
So you moved on with your life and never wished her any harm at any point. About that ride you gave to Jean, did you meet him at the distributor? At first it was there was still a bit of sunlight, right?
That's right.
Then he took him to the other distributor.
The one beside my house.
What's her name? The second one?
Zay Romon's distributor.
Zahomo. And then you gave him another ride later.
That.
How long did that second ride take after you dropped him off at the distributor and then picked him up again?
I don't remember. How long? I just know that there was enough time for them to finish getting ready and I had dinner. Then Taisi was a birthday. They sang happy birthday and came back.
Do you know about what time that was?
I don't remember, sir.
The second time you picked him up there, had it already gotten dark?
Yes. It was kind of getting dark already.
It was getting dark. And he was still there, okay. So, on the way to take Jean to his house, do you pass in front of Nadia's house?
Yes, there are 2 streets there, right, sir? 2 streets in the neighborhood. That's it, so you do.
You pass in front. So that you passed in front of Nadia's house?
That's right.
Because in the no.
At Nadia's house, her father's, right? Since she lived on another street.
Yes. So that's true. This point is important. She was killed at her father's house, right? Not at her own house.
That's right.
Perfect. So you passed in front of her father's house?
That's right.
That's it, right? All right then. Because you're monitoring, it does say you passed in front.
That's right.
And then, right after that happened, did you actually take him over to that bar, Anderson's bar, immediately afterwards?
That's right. We went to his house and the woman wasn't there. That's when he said the woman might be at Anderson's bar, right?
I see.
Which is 2 blocks down.
Did he ever mention to you that he had tampered with the ankle monitor, that he had turned it off or anything like that? No, at
no time.
At no time? Here he confirmed, he said that he really did shoot at her. So, at no point did he say anything to you about that either?
No. If I had known anything, I would never have given him a ride. Never. It was the worst ride I ever gave in my life.
He made you end up in jail, at least during this preventive period, right?
That's right.
For sure, it really was the worst ride.
Worst ride.
All right then. Elysian mentioned here that there was a war in your family. An internal war in your family. Did you have a feud with anyone?
No. In your
family?
I've always been a calm person, doctor. Always.
Has your family always gotten along well with you? Have you always gotten along well with your family?
Yes. Really?
Who is here with you today?
My dear mother, my younger brother, my favorite uncle, and my kind aunt are all waiting right there.
Is your whole family there?
That's right.
All right then.
My uncle on my mother's side isn't here.
I see. All right then. Let me just check if there's anything else here. All right then, Clayton. Is there anything else you want to say here that wasn't asked?
No, sir.
All right then. That's it from our side. Thank you very much, Clayton. Thank you, Your Honor. Nothing further?
Nothing further? Nothing? No?
I don't have.
Do you have any questions for me at this time?
No questions, Your Honor.
Okay, for the jury? Also nothing? You can wrap it up there then, please. Is there?
The reason he was arrested, since his involvement is just that he remained in custody,
He stayed in jail? Oh, I see. But actually, that's not a question for him to answer. It's about the case. Is that it?
Yes.
All right, no, I'll do the following. I'll point out that there is the pretrial detention order and the reasoning and grounds for which at that time it was understood that there was justification. But actually, in the end, the ones who will decide about guilt or not are you yourselves who are judging. But I'll point it out, I'll check here, I'll pass it on. All right, good morning.
Good morning.
What is the lady's full name?
Daina da Silva Rosa.
Daina Minuetiago, I am a judge and I am responsible for presiding over this trial, okay? We will conduct the interrogation of the lady here. Diane, what is your current address, please?
Zaire Ali.
A crossbar?
Zaire.
Zaire?
It is 91.
Which neighborhood is it?
Fazenda Nações, Fazenda Rio Grande.
Okay, great. What is your profession?
I sell lingerie and clothing.
Are you currently in custody? I am. How long has it been?
Now, the second time they caught me, 3 months.
And when you were free, how much did you earn on average per month?
A salary.
Did you go to school, Diane?
Only up to the 3rd grade.
How old are you today?
40.
Do you know how to read and write?
More or less.
Okay, great. Besides this criminal case, do you have or have you had any others?
No.
Are you aware of the charges?
Yes.
Have you spoken with your lawyer?
Yes.
So from now on, you are not required to answer the questions I ask. If you wish, you may remain silent. This will not harm you. But throughout this moment, you have the opportunity to give your version respecting what happened. And if what is stated here is true, and you admit or confess to it, in case of conviction, your sentence may be mitigated. It may be reduced. Okay? Are you interested in answering the questions or not? Would you prefer to remain silent?
No, I'll answer. I'll answer what I know.
Okay, let's start with the questions here. It's quite simple. On January 30th, 2021, around 10 p.m., at the residence located at 712 Inés de Souza, Soares Street, Tatuquara neighborhood, here in Curitiba, Jean Monteiro da Luz, with the participation of Clayton Lima Rosa, and under the orders of Miss Diane da Silva Rosa, allegedly killed the victim Nadia Cristina Rodriguez da Silva, and according to the records, she was killed by gunshots. It was also stated in the same context that shots were fired at Israel Rodrigo da Silva and Israel in Cristina Miner Rodriguez da Silva, who were at the scene and witnessed everything. But their deaths did not occur because the shots did not hit them. Basically, what we have here is a charge of qualified homicide that was carried out and 2 attempted homicides. Are these facts true? Are they false?
No, they are false.
What happened in this episode?
I don't know. I didn't really know anything. I barely knew Nadia. I met her through Licione when I saw her at Licione's house.
Okay, who is Clayton?
Clayton is my nephew.
Okay, and Jean?
Jean is my cousin.
Alright, besides being related, do you have any other kind of relationship with them?
No.
Nothing? Okay, but you don't talk. You're not friends. You don't spend time together. You don't work together. You don't...
No, when I used to go to my father's house, I would always see Clayton there, right? Jean was hard to see because Jean lived closer to the highway, right?
Okay, but did you talk to them? Did you have direct contact or not?
No, not directly.
Nothing?
No.
Alright, that's fine. And then you said you saw Nadia at Elisiani's?
Yes, at Elisian's house.
Were they friends? What was their relationship like?
They were friends.
And for how long have you known Nadia?
I recognized him by sight, right? I never spoke to her. I never had any kind of intimacy with her.
Okay, but how long have you known her, even if only by sight?
I think I'd known her for about 4 months.
And what about Elisiane?
Elisiane is my niece, right?
Are you in contact with Elisiane, or is it just a family relationship?
Just a family relationship, uh-huh.
No, that's fine. But besides being related, do you... Look, I have relatives I don't keep in touch with. That's what I mean. You understand?
Yes.
Contact, yes. And there are other relatives who, you know, are friends. You spend time with them, talk every day, and so on?
Yes, because I used to go to my father's house every day. I'd see my father and I'd see them too. Them too, right?
Okay, but... And with Elisiane, did you have close contact? Were you friends with her? Did you spend time together, go out, talk?
Yes, we were friends, but not very close, you know?
Okay, I understand. Were you married at the time? Did you have a boyfriend? Did you live with...
So I'm married.
Married to whom?
I'm married to Claudio Marcelo da Costa.
Claudio Marcelo da Costa, is that right? For...
9 years already.
Okay, Claudio Marcelo, is he in prison today?
That's right.
He was tried for another homicide, a different case. In principle, it has nothing to do with this. Okay, perfect. Did Nadia have a relationship with anyone?
Not that I know of, except maybe with Elisiane, right?
And
She was also with Cleto. She dated Cleto for a few months.
okay, and who is Claudio Marcelo da Silva?
He's my nephew. Claudio's nephew, right? My husband's nephew.
Okay, so Claudio Marcelo da Costa is your husband,
Yes.
who is currently in prison. And at that time, was he already in prison or not?
I'm sorry.
At that time, in January 2021, was Claudio Marcelo da Costa in prison already?
No,
Was he free?
he was.
Okay, fine. And what about Claudio Marcelo da Silva? It's a different person, is that right?
He's my husband's nephew, right? My husband's real nephew.
Did the lady have a relationship with Claudio Marcelo da Silva?
No, only from the outside, right? When he would come to my house.
So they didn't have a relationship?
No. His mother lives next door to my house, right? So when he went to his mother's house, he would stop by our house and see us too.
And what do you have to do with Nadia's death and the shots that were supposedly fired here in relation to Israel and Israelin?
No, I have nothing to do with it. They accuse me of that, but I have nothing to do with it, right?
Okay. Why did you get involved in this story here?
I really do not know.
Did you go to the police station to be questioned?
Yes.
What did you tell the police chief? Is it the same story that you're telling here or not?
No, at the police station, I kept completely silent during the process. Only when I had a formal hearing with the judge did I provide answers to their questions.
During the police investigation, was there any special reason why you didn't answer the questions?
No,
Were you guided? Were you afraid, threatened, anything like that, or just exercising a right?
it was my right. My lawyer told me I had the right to remain silent.
You had a lawyer then, right? Yes. Who advised you? Yes? Perfect, okay. Later, during a hearing with the judge, did you speak with the judge?
I spoke with...
Judge, did you answer the questions? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, what did you answer to?
Judge, I answered the ones I knew.
Uh-huh. And what did you answer her? What did you say about this story?
No, what she asked was if I knew Nadia, right? And as I'm telling you, sir, I knew her because of Elisiane, right? When I saw her at Elisiane's house, but I wasn't close to her at all. I didn't have her on social media or on my phone.
Okay. Who is Elisiane's mother? It's...
My sister, she's already passed away.
When did she pass away?
It was back in the year 2002.
And how old was Elisiane at that time? She is 27, right?
That's right. No, she's 23 now.
23, okay.
When her mother died, I think she was about 3 years old. Very...
Young.
Yes.
So who raised her? Who was actually her mother, so to speak?
Then she stayed with my mother until my mother also passed away, because my mother died in 2007.
Okay, so from 2003 to 2007, she stayed with...
With my mother?
Who was her grandmother?
Yes.
All right, perfect. And then, in 2007, she was 2-3 years old. 2007 plus 4 years, around there. How old was she then when her grandmother died?
I think she was about 10 or 12 years old, I think.
Okay, and from that age on, who did she stay with then?
She stayed with me because my father worked, you know?
Was it you who took care of her?
Yes. Okay.
So, can I say whether or not the woman who came to assume, let's say, the role of her mother did or not?
Yes.
Okay, so what was your relationship with her like?
It was normal, or so I thought, right? Yeah. Why?
Was there a problem? Did the lady have more children?
I had my son, and then Juan Marcos, who was my nephew, also lived with me.
Okay. And
I also had another niece who lived with me, right?
what's her name?
Veronica?
Okay, so they were living with you, they were your children, even if not biological, João Marcos.
Elisiane and Veronica. And
Veronica, so 3, is that right?
Yes. And
were they about the same age or not?
yes, almost all of them.
How long?
He had... João Marcos is older than Lisiane, right?
But how much older?
I don't know. I think about 2 or 3 years older.
And what about Veronica?
Veronica, I think she's 24, I think.
Is João Marcos deceased?
He passed away, yeah.
João Marcos was convicted of homicide right here and then unfortunately passed away while he was serving his sentence.
Yes.
Okay, great. Is Veronica alive?
Veronica is alive?
Okay, great. Was there any problem between the 3 of them?
No.
Relationship-wise? Any kind of jealousy? Or maybe your preference for one of them over the other?
No, it was normal, you know? But I think it was also my fault, right? Because I didn't give them the affection they deserved, you know? I thought that just by supporting them and giving them food and clothes, that was enough, you know? But that's just how I am, you know? I'm not really someone who shows my feelings much.
Okay, I understand. But did you ever notice that any of them, especially Elisiane, had any issues, that you didn't like her or held a grudge?
No, I just noticed that Elisiana was kind of rebellious, you know?
Okay, and what does Elysian have to do with this situation? Here?
I don't know.
You can't say either. Was Elysian close to the victim here, Nadia?
Yes, they were friends. Both of them. I met her through Elysian, you know, because I would go visit my father, and Elysian lives on the same property as my father. And I would see Nadia there, Nadia and Karina, I would see them at Elysian's house.
Ma'am, did you follow Elysian's testimony here?
Yes.
Okay, regarding what she said about making up stories and all that, were you aware of this?
No.
Alright, but what about her? But
I suspected, you know?
okay, but about this story she made up that she fabricated there, did you become aware of it, even if you didn't know it was her who made it up?
Yes.
Okay, and what did the lady learn about what she said here? Yes?
No, it was the other one. My personal defense lawyer recently informed me that Elysian had specifically instructed Karina to falsely accuse me of being responsible for Nadia's tragic death.
Okay, so who is Karina?
Karina is Nadia's sister.
Yeah. Okay, but why did you have Karina accuse you?
Huh?
Why did she have Karina accuse you?
Of Nadia's death, right?
No, that's fine, but why? For what?
Reason. Oh, to harm me?
Okay, but to harm...
To harm me, right? Because she...
I understand, to harm you, but for what reason?
I don't know.
Karina knew you had nothing to do with it and still made up a story, is that it?
I don't know either.
You can't say?
I don't know if she acted on her own, I don't know.
Did you already know Karina or not?
No, just by sight as well.
Even?
I wasn't even friends with them.
So why are you here today?
Because I'm being accused of ordering Nadia's death, right?
But why? Because Elysian told Karina to make up a story that you were the one, is that it?
Yes, absolutely. I definitely think that is the case.
Okay, but what about this context here involving jealousy, that you were involved with someone else and that she was also involved, you were a mother and...
And so on? No, I never had any relationship. I've been married to my husband for 19 years.
Okay, so all of this is a lie.
Yes.
All right, no more questions? Public Prosecutor's Office. Thank you.
Again, Dr. Tiago. Almost good afternoon, Mrs. Dayan. 11:58 a.m. Do you have a nickname?
Daya. They call me Daya.
Aunt Daya.
And Daya, uh-huh.
You. All right. Have you ever had any disagreements with João? First of all, do you know João Aparecido da Silva?
No.
Claudio's father, Marcelo da Silva? Yes.
His father. I know.
Have you ever had a disagreement with anyone?
No.
Always a good relationship?
Yes.
He would have no intention of wanting to harm her, wouldn't he?
No.
Perfect. Claudio Marcelo da Silva, his nephew, whom we have here, Claudio Marcelo da Costa.
What is yours?
The husband is in jail. It is...
Held.
Arrested for what?
Murder.
Where did the homicide occur?
There, no. Tatuquara.
Right there in Tatuquara. And Claudio Marcelo da Silva, your nephew, did he ever live with you?
No.
He never lived with you?
He used to stop by my house, like I said, right?
He never lived there.
No.
And tell me something else. Claudio Marcelo da Costa, your husband, was he ever known to be jealous of Claudio Marcelo da Silva?
When he drank, he was jealous of anyone, you know?
No, I'm asking about your nephew.
Was he also jealous of him? He was when drinking?
Who is João Marcos?
He's my nephew too.
What happened to João Marcos?
João Marcos died in prison?
What is João Marcos' connection to today's case?
I don't know.
Did he die of a heart attack?
No, he was murdered in prison.
He was murdered in prison. Do you know if Nadia had children?
She did. She had one.
Do you happen to know how old the child was?
I can't say.
Was it an older child or a young one?
Not that he was young.
Young?
When they went to Elysiana's house, she and her younger sister, they would go there to my house where I stayed in the back, which is my daughter, you know.
A
small child.
Do you know what happened to that child?
I don't know. I think he's with his grandparents.
By the way, do you happen to know if Nadia's mother actually died after those events?
I can't say. If
she had a heart attack?
Don't know.
Furthermore, in addition to that, I would very much appreciate it if Mrs. Diane could be introduced and presented to the assembly, please, along with the recorded audio segment taken from Movement 25.13, please.
She messaged that Diogo said everything is bad.
Play it from Daniel.
From the corner. The sun comes. She sent a message. She said that Diogo said everything is bad. Everything. From Daniel from the corner, she said he came, son.
Ma'am, can you identify this audio?
Yes,
Whose is it?
it's mine.
Yours. To whom?
It was my niece who sent it, but it wasn't Lala. I got the name wrong at the time.
Ma'am, you got the name wrong?
It was Veronica.
Wow, and what was the context of this stuff? What's the story with this one?
Yes, it's because Veronica sent me the audio saying that my nephew had messed with some guy's things over there. Then I talked to my nephew, and my nephew said no, that it was the mom.
Are you sure it wasn't for Lala?
No.
Please excuse me for interrupting you. Play 25.14. Which is next? Which is the response to your message? Hey.
Auntie, look, John just stole all the drugs here on the corner, Auntie. I was out here, me, John, taking Daniel's stuff, Auntie. Daniel left it on the corner today. He just put a bunch of drugs there, and John went there just now and stole everything, Auntie. Look, if not, tell people to keep an eye out. Tell John to take Daniel's drugs, Auntie, because it was a lot. A whole lot of drugs. Then we end up going crazy, you know? Then they keep saying we're the crazy ones, that we're just making things up. I saw it, Auntie, with my own eyes, him taking Daniel's stuff. When he saw me here at my gate, watching, he got scared and tried to play it off over by the...
Return Daniel's drugs, Aunt, or they'll see. Who's this for? This audio is from Veronica.
No, who's speaking over there?
Veronica.
Oh, it's Veronica speaking? Isn't that her?
No way.
Ma'am, are you sure? Here it shows. When you are using this phone, you are actually addressing Lala and speaking directly to her.
Yes, but I made a mistake at the time.
You made a mistake, that's right. So, one more thing. Nadia was a stranger to you.
Yes.
What exactly do you mean by a stranger? We have here, and I must refer again to that detailed report that was presented, 122.1%. This is Nadia's profile, and this is Claudio Marcelo's profile. Nadia, all on your phone. Messages between Nadia and Claudio Marcelo. Claudio Marcelo, you referring to Nadia as a tramp. What do you have to say about that? Do you want to say anything about this?
I have nothing to say about that.
Why is that? So all of that was on your phone?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know how it got there? Why didn't you voluntarily hand over your phone to the police like Clayton did?
Can I explain why?
Go ahead. At the
moment I heard the gate noise and the dogs barking, I thought it was the robber coming in. So I went to hide my phone, because where I live, this always happens. Robbers come in and take everything people have in their homes. And since I couldn't afford to buy another phone, but...
Why flee the police? Why didn't you...
No, I handed it over.
Why didn't you provide the password? I
gave it.
The investigator here, he is a witness. He has public faith. He lost his whole morning here with hundreds, thousands of cases. He clearly said that not only did you try to hide it in the drain, but you also refused to give the password. Why?
No, I handed it over. When I saw it was the police, I said where it was.
And you ultimately are saying here that the investigator lied?
No, he lied. He lied saying that I didn't have the password. At the time, my daughters were crying, my baby was crying, and I got nervous and I couldn't remember the password.
Ah, I see. So you didn't try to hide it?
No, sir. Only when I thought it was a robber who had entered my house.
Those messages where you appear, confessing that you ordered Nadia to be killed. What do you have to say about that?
No, I didn't send those messages.
Was it, ma'am?
No.
How did it end up on your phone then?
I don't know.
Do you have any issues with the civil police, with the Forensics Institute? Does someone want to frame you?
No.
No? Perfect. You also said that this story, when we are talking about Elisiana, that Elisiane would actually have created this situation to harm you, right?
Yes.
Did you just tell Dr. Tiago that it was your lawyer who told you that?
Yes, that...
Lawyer? She's not present here?
No, it was the first lawyer I had.
The one who went to the police station?
Yes.
So why didn't you say that there? To the police officer?
Because I didn't talk to the lawyer? To the police officer? Nothing?
The police officer? You chose to remain silent. That's your right, yes. But why didn't you tell this to the police there?
Because I didn't think it was...
You thought it wasn't relevant? Yes, and why didn't you tell the judge afterwards?
Because the judge also didn't ask.
Wow, but wasn't that your defense?
Yes.
Did you think it wasn't important?
I thought it wasn't important, so...
Tiago, I appreciate it. Thank you very much, and I give the floor back. No.
Questions? Ms. Diana, good morning.
Good morning.
The primary problem we are facing in this situation the big doubt and clarification that needs to be addressed in this jury today, it's about your cell phone. On your cell phone, that screenshot was found, which the distinguished prosecutor just showed. You recognize that message as your voice. About that message, what were you talking about? About that audio at first.
So the audio afterwards, I had a conversation with my nephew. Then he explained to me that he was smoking marijuana with the kids on the corner, and Veronica passed by and saw them, and then she made up this story for me saying he was messing with someone else's drugs.
Perfect. So, what was the intention behind that audio between you and your nephew?
It was to make me fight with my nephew, I think.
Like you did before with your other nephews? Yes. To take care of them? To educate and treat them? That would be it. Just for clarification. Second point. How often did you go to your father's house?
It was almost every day.
Almost every day. At that time, did you sometimes see Nadia and her sister Karina there?
But
there was no connection. Did you hear Elysian's testimony?
Yes.
You heard it. Just for a brief moment right there. She stated exactly what your very first lawyer, all the way back at that time, had already explained and informed you about, right? About the alleged complaint, anyway, against you. And what did Lucienne say there that you can confirm for us? Because in the end, she said the following, that I had access to her cell phone. How did the cell phone situation work at home? If you went there every day to see your father, how would I have access to your cell phone? How does that work? No.
I left it with the children.
I'll finish my point, then you can answer. Because the messages there, those screenshots, point to Aunt Daya. However, unlike what the Honorable Prosecutor says, the investigator stated, but he didn't confirm it. It's not confirmed. These are indications, they're suppositions. I've heard maybe well-known family, you know? Maybe because of the family's history. Oh, so mom then, who do you hang out with? Tell me who you walk with, and I'll tell you who you are. I don't think it works like that. So, we need you to clarify that issue about the messages for us. Who had access to your cell phone? Was there someone who might have had access to your cell phone? Did you leave your cell phone? How did that work?
I used to leave it at my father's house sometimes. Many times I would leave and forget it there at my father's house. On top of the shelf.
Did that actually happen quite a few times? Back then?
Yes. Then sometimes the kids would ask to play. Games I would let them too.
Maybe that explains why most of the messages are written, not audio, right?
Yes.
In conclusion, also mentioned by the Honorable Prosecutor regarding your husband. Can you explain why he was tried and convicted for a homicide? What happened for him to be tried and convicted?
My husband?
Your husband.
Yes.
Can you tell us?
Yes, that is right, my young niece, who is only about 12 or 13 years old now. You see, she unfortunately doesn't have a father anymore because my dear brother also passed away some time ago. Then she recently went to complain to my husband, telling him that there was a certain man there who had been constantly harassing her, that he was saying inappropriate things to her. So my husband had a few drinks and went to talk to the guy. And the guy ended up stabbing my husband 5 times. But at that moment, my nephew went after him. And my nephew managed to defend my husband and ended up injuring the guy, right?
Yes, ma'am. Just to clarify, because when I ask your husband, where is he? He is in prison. What crime did he commit? Homicide. The idea, the understanding is different. So, there is an explanation for that. Not that I want to say here that there is a reason to kill someone. But when someone messes with your family, it's a different matter. Anyone can kill. Do you understand? So he was stabbed, and after that the crime happened, which he didn't commit.
No, it wasn't him. He went to the hospital. The one who did it was my nephew. Then my nephew started it, and he ran out to the street, and the crowd lynched him, right?
Yes, ma'am.
But then when it came time to be arrested, no one wants to take responsibility, right? So it ended up falling on my nephew. My nephew even admitted it was him, right? And he said that my husband had nothing to do with it, but even so, the police chief says my husband was involved.
To wrap up now, the name João Marcos has been mentioned several times here. Did you have any connection with him, Mom?
He called me a couple of times, maybe 2 or 3 times. He called me on my cell phone.
Anything else other than that?
It was after my father died, you know. He called me, then he offered his condolences for my father, said he was very sorry that he missed us. Then, right after that, he asked me if he could borrow my number. Then I told him no, that he would get me in trouble because he was in jail. What was he going to do with my number in there? And what was he going to do with my number? He said he'd find a way. I said no. He said it was just to talk to his wife. He said, no, it's just to talk to my wife. That's why I want your number. And then I said no again. But even so, he said, no, I'll find a way here. After that, he didn't call anymore.
Did you lend him your number?
I said no, right, but I don't know if he did something with my number because he said he'd find a way. Inside the prison, right?
I see. In the meantime, did you lose your phone? Did you change your SIM card or anything like that?
I changed it.
And in a WhatsApp backup, did you notice anything different?
No.
No? All right. When he asked you for the SIM card, or your number anyway, he was in prison.
He was in prison. And I said, but how are you going to use my number, the one I use? He said, no, I'll figure something out here. But I don't know what he was going to do, right? I said, no, you could still get me in trouble, right? You're in prison. How am I supposed to know what you're doing? He said, no, it was just so I could talk to my wife.
All right. Do you have any other convictions, any other crimes?
No, sir. First time I saw the...
First time company.
First time.
Perfect. Thank you, Miss Diane. If there are more questions, silence.
I have one, Your Honor. Ms. Diane, good morning.
Good morning.
I just want to clarify. I don't want to ask about the facts. I want to ask about your family, just so I can understand, because there are a lot of names. I'm lost. How many siblings do you have?
In total, we are 9 siblings.
9 siblings.
But only 5 of us are still alive, including me.
At the end of 2020, how many siblings did you have? The
last sibling who passed away? I don't really know the date he died, but I think there were still 5 of us siblings at that time. Can
you tell me their names?
From who?
Of your 5 living siblings?
Yes, that is correct. It is Maicon, Ricardo, Clodemir, and also Patricia.
And
Hi, Diane.
Does Macon have a nickname?
No.
Ricardo.
Miho is his nickname.
Clodemir.
Is it a museum?
Patricia.
No, goodbye.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Daya?
Daya. Okay. Who was Lala's mother?
Viviane, the one who died. My sister who passed away.
Viviane.
Viviane, she
Had
the child?
No. How many children did Viviane have?
She actually had 3 beautiful children, but one of them unfortunately passed away then, and that was because she was tragically shot while she was still pregnant, right? She was 9 months pregnant.
When did she die?
2002?
2002? 2002. Okay then. There in 2020, it was Lala and Juan Marcos.
And João Marcos.
Okay. Do you know João Marcos' nickname?
I think it was Fatty who called him.
He thought he was fat.
Yeah.
João Marcos was Lala's brother.
He is Lala's brother.
Okay. What is your husband's full name?
My husband's name is Claudio. Claudio Marcelo da Costa. It's the...
Claudio Marcelo da Costa. Does he have a nickname?
Claudinho.
The person who is being featured right now in this specific part of the video is a man who goes by the name of Claudinho. Did Maicon, Ricardo, Clodemir, and Patricia all used to live together on the residential Ignace Suarez Street located in the neighborhood?
No, Patricia lives in Fazenda Rio Grande.
Is Patricia from the farm?
Yes.
Did Maicon, Ricardo, and Clodemir live on Ignace Suarez Street?
Yes.
Did Lala and João Marcos also have a residence there?
Now they were living there, yes.
Thanks a lot, Diane. Your Excellency, no further questions.
Jury, any questions? Great, everyone. Well, jurors, I will now return to the matters of judgment for the last time. I invite everyone to please stand so that the sentence can be read here. Ms. Diane da Silva Rosa, Mr. Clayton Lima Rosa, and also Jean Montero da Luz, we have conducted your trial here, heard 2 witnesses, and you have been questioned. You gave your version regarding what happened in relation to these charges. Next, the public prosecutor presented what it deemed appropriate to the jurors, and in the same way, each of your defense attorneys did as well. After that, the jury council reached a conclusion, and that conclusion is present in the sentence. That's what I'm reading now. This is a summarized version of the reading. It's a bit lengthy, but later Mr. Clayton, Mr. Jean, and also Ms. Diane will have access to the full version. Therefore, I will move directly to item 2, justification. In answering the series of questions, the jurors reached the following conclusion regarding the accused, Diane da Silva Rosa. First series, victim Nadia Cristina Rodriguez da Silva, to acknowledge the existence of the fact, to attribute authorship to the defendant, not to acquit the accused, and finally, to recognize the aggravating circumstance of employing resources that hindered the victim's defense. Second series, victim Israel Rodriguez da Silva, not acknowledging the existence of the fact, thus rendering the other questions moot as per Article 490. Sole paragraph of the Code of Criminal Procedure. Third series, victim Israelin Cristina Miner Rodriguez da Silva, they also did not acknowledge the existence of the fact, thus rendering the other questions moot, based on the same provision of the Code of Criminal Procedure. Regarding the defendant, Clayton Lima Rosa, first series, victim Nadia Cristina Rodriguez da Silva, they recognized the existence of the fact and did not attribute participation to the defendant, thus rendering the other questions moot, also in accordance with Article 490, sole paragraph of the Code of Criminal Procedure. With regard to the second and third series, that is, victim Israel Rodriguez da Silva and victim Israelin Cristina Miner Rodriguez da Silva, the jurors did not recognize the existence of the fact in relation to the 2 victims, which is why any other facts that may exist were also prejudiced. Finally, regarding the accused, Jean Montero da Luz, first series, victim Nadia Cristina Rodriguez da Silva, they recognized the existence of the fact, attributed authorship to the defendant, did not acquit the accused, and finally, acknowledged the aggravating circumstance of using a means that made it difficult for the victim to defend herself. As for regarding the second and third series, that is, the victims Israel Rodriguez da Silva and Israelin Cristina Minayu Rodriguez da Silva, the jurors did not recognize the existence of the fact, which rendered it moot. So here are the remaining questions. Item 3, affirmative. In light of the above and in accordance with the jury's verdict, the accusation is judged partially well-founded. For the purpose of alignment, the accused is convicted. Diane da Silva Rosa, for the act described in Article 121, Paragraph 2, Item 4 of the Penal Code. Or, in other words, a conviction for consummated qualified homicide. And on the other hand, to acquit her of the other charges. Item B, to acquit the defendant Clayton Lima Rosa of all charges for which he was indicted. And finally, Item C, to convict the defendant Jean Montero da Luz for the act described in Article 121, Paragraph 2, Item 4 of the Penal Code. In other words, a conviction then for consummated qualified homicide. And on the other hand, to acquit him of the other charges. Regarding the sentencing process, I will also dispense with a full reading of its rationale here, moving directly to the final sentence, initially concerning the accused, Diane da Silva Rosa. Final sentence of 18 years and 9 months imprisonment, initially under a closed regime. As for the accused, Jean Montero da Luz, final sentence of 21 years imprisonment, also initially in a closed regime. The pretrial detention order already in effect is maintained here, and the immediate commencement of the sentence is also decreed in accordance with the sovereignty inherent in the decisions of the jury court. I would like to make a point here. The jurors also answered a series of questions regarding the possible false statement that may have been made here by the witness Elisiane Aparecida, Rosa do Nascimento. The jurors also responded that the false statement was true, subsequently attributing authorship to her. Which is why then, in accordance with the provisions of the Code of Criminal Procedure, Elisiane Aparecida Rosa do Nascimento, who was caught in the act, must now be referred to the police authority for formal arrest on charges of perjury. I'll skip reading the remaining items. Curitiba Criminal Jury Courtroom, March 30th, 2023. Dr. Casagrande for the Public Prosecutor's Office. Counsel for the Defense. Alright then, in the absence of any further remarks, I would like to thank the Public Prosecutor's Office, the defense, the staff, the escort, the police officer, the outsourced service, the audience, especially the jurors, and the defendants themselves. With no further comments, I declare this session closed. Thank you, I appreciate it.